Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video, here to talk about the semi-final of Queen of the Universe Season 1. I can't believe we're already at the semi-final, means next week, this week, is going to be the final. And then, what we're going to do. Before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below, who are you rooting for? Out of the 3 that we have, I honestly don't know because it's difficult. They all have their good points. They're all amazing, and I don't know. I tried to go for a slightly Christmassy look today. I don't have any like Christmas drag, so I was like, well, we'll do out a drag, and then I can at least do some like Christmassy makeup-ish. These were supposed to be sweets, and they turned into Sweets / Umbrella Corporation. Red eyebrows, and then I tried to do a little like blush on my nose to make my nose look a bit chilly almost. Itchy eye, helpful. But yes, Queen of the Universe. So at the start of the semi-final, we obviously got told which of the queens out of Leona Winter and Voix got to stay. We kept Voix. I thought was the correct decision. As much as I love Leona Winter, I think she's been really amazing in this competition. I just think when she sings, it gets a bit too emotional for a lot of it, and then it kind of, the vocals waver at that point, and you know, yes, the look and the passion is important, but your vocals need to be strong as well. You can't have your vocals going all over the place because you're feeling the intensity of the song. It needs to still be a good sound. So I think Voix was definitely the right choice to stay. This week's theme was Bad Girls. It was a bit of a strange week this week. There were a couple of struggle buses. There were a couple of people where the look didn't match the song, or I didn't feel like it really met what the theme was. But let's get into it. So we'll start off with the 2 people that got eliminated, because we went from a top 5 straight down to a top 3. Personally, I would maybe like to go down to a top 4. I mean, if they wanted to be a top 3 every time, obviously, again, it would have been a case of, it would have been better if we'd had more episodes, so we could have just like lost a queen each episode rather than dropping straight down, chopping 2 off. I'm hoping if we get season 2 that that's going to be the case, that they are able to get more episodes and just like chop one queen at a time, just because I think it would be a great opportunity to give each queen more exposure, give them the ability to show themselves a lot more, which is, you know, I mean, look at Drag Race. Drag Race has loads of episodes, and the only thing is with Drag Race is obviously they're different types of challenges each time, so you're potentially going to stumble if you get to a challenge that it doesn't really meet what you can do, whereas with Queen of the Universe, it's all about singing. You know, you pick the songs, so as long as you're picking songs that are good for your range, match the category sort of thing, it will work quite well. So we did unfortunately lose Rani Ko-he-nur this week. She was my first one that I said, you know, if we're only chopping one, she's definitely my one to go. And unfortunately this week it was due to her song choice. So she picked Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. Now, that was a really good song. Difficult to sing because it's Gaga, but the problem Rani had was she was too much in like her head voice, and so everything was very light, whereas Bad Romance is quite a gritty song. You have to get down there, and you kind of need the oomph of your chest voice to really get into that. And I think that was one of her biggest downfalls, is just she picked a song that maybe she wasn't able to do comfortably in her range, which is why she was still keeping it in her head voice, and it didn't work. She had a couple of issues with her dress where she kind of like tripped a little bit, but you know, that was okay. You could get past that. It was, the main problem was the singing. It wasn't a good song for her voice and how she usually sings, which was a shame because she's been doing really well this competition. She's done so well. And again, it's a case where It would have been nice if, obviously, the season had been longer, that we may have been able to see more of her and more of her talent. I would have really enjoyed that. Now, bless, the next person we got rid of this episode was Voix. Voix did finally leave, and she isn't coming back this time. Voix is gone. So, Voix did Welcome to Burlesque, from, obviously, Burlesque, sung by Cher. I think Voix did really well. Vocally was very strong. Visually wasn't something that I would imagine Voix wearing, but it worked for her. It wasn't like it looked out of place on her. It was just, you were like, oh, this seems a bit different for you, but works well. The judges said there was just a bit of issue with like her padding. It seemed a bit lumpy in places, but you know, padding is just one of those things that's difficult to do. I think they're saying she just needed to smooth it out a bit because they had enough like tights on. So I was sad to see Voix go, just because I do feel like it's kind of been at a disadvantage for most of this competition, because she got eliminated straight away and then got brought back. She did great the second episode she came back in, but then with the third episode when they had the duets, the duet that her and Leona Winter got, just, I don't feel like it was on the same level like as the other Queen songs were. And like, not even with their lyrics, just like the song in general, because they were like, oh, it didn't seem to really go anywhere. And it's like, well, yeah, but it was that kind of song though. This episode, I think she did the best she could. I think she made a smart choice with her song choice. She picked a song that was in sort of like her range and more of like the lower tone, which was really good. I was sad to see her go, but it is that thing, we're down to the nitty gritty at this point, so, you know, what are you going to do? Our top three, we'll go alphabetically for this, why not? Ada Vox did Cause I Love You by Lizzo. Vocally sounded amazing, but it's Ada Vox. You know, vocally, there are no issues. You know, she comes on and you just go, okay, yeah, let me just listen to this, it's all good. Now, visually, I must admit, because she just wore a bodysuit, and I was like, okay, I'm not really getting bad girl from that, because it is just a bodysuit, and it's also a very brightly coloured bodysuit. Performance-wise, she didn't really do a lot. It was a lot of sitting down, didn't really move much. To be honest, I agree with Leona, though. Leona Lewis was like, you know, yeah, you didn't do a lot, but honestly, the way you sing, you don't need to. And yeah, I mean, she did that. I was still entertained because I was too busy focused on her vocals. Ada Vox has just such an amazing voice that I was just like, yeah, I don't even care what you do, just sing and I'm happy. So I am happy that Ada Vox got through, because the thing is, these top three, I'm sat there going, honestly, I'd be happy if any of you won, but I kind of want all of you to win at the same time, and it's like, that's not going to happen. It's only going to be one winner, but I want all of them to win. So Ada Vox did great. Aria B. Cassadine did Bad Girl by Donna Summer? Pretty sure. I'm going to have to load this up now because I feel like really stupid, because I'm pretty sure. Donna Summer. Let's have a quick look. That's Britney. Oh yeah, I've got all the C's on here, haven't I? Donna Summer. Yeah, Donna Summer. I thought it was, but you know when you just have that one moment where you're like, oh god, I hope I haven't got this wrong. Yeah, she did Bad Girl by Donna Summer. She looked amazing. I think she sounded really good. Not really much to say. It was that song where I was sat there going, I kind of, like, you kind of hope that with it being Bad Girl that someone did that song. But it was almost like with Turn Back Time, because when they did the Turn Back Time episode, no one did Turn Back Time by Cher. And you kind of were like, is that because everyone thought that someone else would do that? And I did wonder if maybe, like, no one was going to do that song, Bad Girl, this time, because of the fact that they thought maybe someone else was going to do that. But honestly, I thought she sounded amazing. She looked great. It's going to be a tough final next week. Up last of the top three is Grag Queen, who did Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Now, vocally sounded amazing, did her little bit of like scatting, which sounded great. I mean, it is a bit of a crutch for her to fall back on, I feel, at this point, but I feel like she uses it in the right places. I don't feel like it's ever out of place when she does it, so honestly, I'm fine with that. Also, how cute is Grag Queen out of drag? Like, ooh. But it was the look for me. Like, none of the judges commented on it, really, but for me, I almost feel like the look didn't match the song. Just for me. I mean, it was a good look. I don't have any problems with the look. It's just, you know, it just, for me, didn't really... I kind of felt like I needed more of a fun look than, like, a dominatrix look. But, I mean, at the end of the day, she still sounded amazing. And for me, with Queen of the Universe, the vocals are, like, the most important thing. I mean, yes, the performance and the look has to, you know, come into it, but she still sounded amazing. She was absolutely gorgeous. Very hot out drag. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for these judges because honestly, they've got 3 really strong powerhouses for the finale, which, I mean, obviously is good. You want the best of the best to be in the finale, but it's not going to make it easy to decide who's going to win, is it? So, yeah, I honestly would be happy with any of these 3 winning. They were all absolutely amazing. One thing before I forget, actually, so when I uploaded my videos last week, I noticed Vox herself had actually commented on an episode of my Queen of the Universe. So if you're watching it again, Vox, thank you very much for the comment. It was very much appreciated. I love all you queens so much. You've all done such a fantastic job this season. Honestly, I'd be happy if any of you won. You're all doing such an amazing job, and I really hope you all have so much success after this. And I just hope you get as much love from everyone else as I'm trying to give you, because honestly, you all deserve it. You know, singing competition, you know, I'm finally getting more confident with my singing, and, you know, that's taken me a long time. So I know going on to a competition must be so nerve-wracking. But you're all such amazing queens. I love you so much. I wish you nothing but success in the future. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next week and seeing what the 3 of you bring. But apart from that, I am going to sign off now. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas. And I will say Happy New Year now, because the next video will be in the new year. So I hope you'll have a fantastic New Year's Eve, whether you're celebrating with friends, family, just chilling out by yourself, because let's face it, sometimes that's all you need, just some time by yourself. But I will see you lovely people next year at this point, and I hope you have a fantastic, fantastic time. See ya!